So here we are refretting the Chinese Modern Player Series Strat neck. I've done most of it. I'm just going to show how I go on. I'm just going to put the last 4 in. I made myself a block to put the frets in, all numbered, 1 to 25. Not that we ever need 25, but it just makes it easier. I can pre-cut the fret wire, which I've done. Really simple fret press here. Arbor press adapted to take fret calls. Got the 9.5 one in there. I did this end with the 7.25. Basically went in with the 7.25, just get the edges in. Press flat with a 9.5. A 9.5 is in there now. Blah 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 blah. Really simple. I'm just going to go with 9.5. I've only got 4 to do. Really simple. The fret I've got, I'm using a clear CA glue. I've slightly widened the slots with a 3-edge file just to open them up a little bit. All I'm going to do is run a bead of super glue in there. You can see I've taped up below the fingerboard, so if we get any seepage it just runs onto the tape and not onto the guitar. And I'm just going to run a bit of super glue in there. I'm going to show you basically how I do it. It's really simple. Super glue's in. I'm going to take the fret. All I'm going to do is just tap on one edge. There you go. Go over with the rest. Got the rest there. Straight in, line it up. Super glue's in there. Just get it lined up and press in. Beautiful. Turn it round. Press from the other side. And that's it. I'll then put it back over on the bench. I'll check we've got no rock anywhere. That one's still, the previous one's still a little bit high. What I'll do is I can either knock that in, just check. You don't always go in perfectly level, but you want to get them pretty close. Sometimes they pop out when you've left them 5 minutes. Go in there. Make sure you don't miss, because you'll chop your guitar in half, like I've just nearly did there. Beautiful. Just keep checking back that you've got them virtually level, which they are, and that's it. Move on to the next one. I'm not going to zoom in or anything, you can see from there. Try not to be too heavy handed with the glue. Excuse me. Snip the edges off as we go. Not so critical at this once you get to this end, because you've got plenty of room to do so. Some nice cutters there, nice sharp cutters. I've cut these more or less to width anyway, so we ain't going to need a lot of cutting, if any at all. Just test the height on that one again. That one now seems to be high. It's not, it just needs pressing in again. It's like we go in and pop up just a little bit. The time is not in doing the refret. The time is in the leveling, the beveling, the leveling, the recrowning or the crowning, and the polishing. That's where all your time goes when you're doing a refret. And I've checked that these are all seated well, and they are. Got them really, really nice. It's a new fret hammer, by the way, bought from Guitars and Woods in Portugal. Is it Guitars and Woods in Portugal? It's either from there or it's from Tone Tech Luffy Supplies in England. Can't remember which one I bought it from now. It might have, I think it came from, might have come from Portugal. Guitars and Woods in Portugal. Some people don't really check the levels on each fret. That one seems a little bit high again, so that's trying to push out a little bit. We're going to press that one back in. We could even just tap it in with the hammer. Sometimes happens. Don't ask me how or why. Science, innit? Physics. But they're going to get a level anyway, so no big deal. That's level now. Then we come to the last one. Frets there. And that is, well, we'll be in a second, this is all the frets in. A lot of glue came out on that one, so I probably put a little bit too much glue in there. Don't worry about that, we're going to scrape that out in a second. Just take a cloth, wipe up any residue in there. It's come out the sides anyway, so we've got nothing to worry about. Just check the level on these. All seems fine. And that's it. That is the refret done. It doesn't take long at all. Next part of the process is going to be, we're going to file down these edges, bring it up to the edge of the board, both sides. Once that's done, we'll bevel the edges at 35 degrees. And then it'll come to the leveling, then the polishing. So, there you go. Fender Stratocaster. This is a modern player series, made in China. I never knew they were even made in China until I got this guitar. Didn't know that it was a Chinese Strat. So there you go. A little bit of glue residue there. Quite simple to remove that. We'll take Stanley blade and we'll just scrape. Once it's dried proper, we'll just scrape into that and remove that. Absolutely wonderful. So that's it for now. I will come back when I move on to the next part of the process, which will be the filing the sides and doing the bevels. So stay tuned for that. See you shortly. Hello friends. This is an additional part to the Chinese made Fender Modern Player Series refret. And sometimes a job doesn't go right, and this unfortunately is one of those times. And you might look at that and you might think, that looks alright, that's some new frets in there. And yeah, it does look alright from there. But on levelling them earlier, I happened to just sight down the neck, down this way, and I've realised there's a twist in the neck. And I don't know if you're going to see it there, but this corner dips down and this corner dips down, so there's a twist slightly this end slightly that way and this end slightly that way in the neck. And because of that, I noticed when I got to this area of frets here, thinking I'm going a bit low there. I don't know why it's going low when I was radiusing it using the radius block, and a bit higher this side, and again a bit higher this side, a bit lower here. It was then I went and looked at the neck, and unfortunately, and it's unfortunate for me, these frets have got to come out. I've got to take them out and I've got to replace them, and I'm going to have to replace them with something higher, because these are only a 1mm high fret, and down at this area here they've gone down to about probably 0.8, 0.7mm at this end, and that's as low as they were when I took them out. It's why I took them out. So I've decided to go and get some more fret wire, and I'm going to redo this. I've got in touch with the owner. Whether he's seen it or not, I don't know yet, but I've told him, I says, look, I'm sorry about this, but there's a twist in the neck I didn't see, and sometimes you don't see them, you know. It's something that came up when I looked at the guitar today, and I noticed it and I thought, this isn't right, these are not levelling right. So what I've done is I've gone and ordered some Japanese fret wire, but a high fret wire. And by high I mean the frets. This fret was fret wire was 1.1mm height. The one I've ordered is 1.4mm high, and it's 2.4 or 2.5 wide. So it's exactly right for a Fender, more of a vintage sized fret wire. I thought if I could have got away with using this, I would have done, but no, this has got to come out. Pain in the arse for me because of the time spent on it, but And I've super glued these in, so these are going to be an absolute nightmare to get out. I'm going to have to get some good heat in there. Probably going to chip the fingerboard, well I can sand the fingerboard anyway. But I had to order some new fret wire for this. It's not going to be any penalty to the buyer. I'm not going to charge him for the extra fret wire because it's something, you know, it's just one of these things that happens. So I am going to fix this at my, well not fix it, I'm going to change the fret wire over at my expense. It's not expensive. I just want the owner, Paul, Dr. Paul, to know that this has to be on hold now because I've ordered the fret wire today from Portugal. It's Friday. He'll not be here till the end of next week, I don't imagine. So this one's on hold, nothing I can do about it, and I just wanted you to know that. I'm probably going to include this little bit of video in the whole series, so that'll be part 3 of the video, but I'm also going to send this little clip itself onto Paul so he knows where he stands with this guitar. I'm going to crack on with something else, so stay tuned, back soon. Welcome back, fret friends. Modern Player Series Stratocaster, made in China, 2012 model this I believe, so it's only 5 years old, which makes the next part of the video a little bit more difficult to swallow. Because the neck is twisted. I explained that in the last part of the video. It goes down at this corner and this corner. And so the refret I did, the frets are that low on this corner here, that the high there, lower here, I've got to take them out, and so it means I've had to go and order more fret wire. I've also ordered more special tools, but that's nothing to do with this job. I was going to order the tools anyway, but it'll make this job a lot easier because I'm getting aluminium radius gauges. It'll make this job a lot easier. But what I'm going to have to do to fix this is I'm going to remove all of these frets that I put in, that I glued in, and these have had a lot of super glue in there. These are going to be really difficult to get out, and I'm expecting to get a lot of chipping with this, so it's going to be a lot more work. Now the thing is, I've already lost, it's already cost me at least a day on this, and a day to me is a lot of time because, you know, I can get a lot done in a day. So, but that aside, it's in no way the owners of the guitar, it's no way his fault. There's no blame apportioned to him at all. It's just one of those things that happens. It's something I realised when I was levelling the frets, and I thought these aren't levelling right. And I realised I just eyed down that line there, and I thought this corner's low and that corner's low, and there's a slight twist. It's twisted. This end is slightly that way, or that end is slightly that way, and it's going to be difficult to get that twist out. There is a way I can do it. I know certain ways to remove twists in necks. I don't think I'm going to exactly go that route. I've decided to use high fret wire, and I'm just going to level the fret wire no matter where the corners of these or where it twists. I'll try and get the twist out, and I'll probably get most of it out. I might even get all of it out, just don't know. But it's going to be a lot more work. Now it's probably going to put another 2 days on this. I'm not going to charge for that 2 days because it's just one of those things. I'm going to do the work gratis, but what I'm going to do, because I'm doing it that way, I'm not going to be in any rush to get this done. It's going to be done, you know, as and when. Not so much when I have free time, because I will dedicate time to it. It's just I've got quite a lot on my plate at the moment, and so the owner's going to have to, I'm going to let him know, and I'm sure he'll understand, and he's a really nice guy. He's going to understand that this, well, it has to go on the back burner anyway, because the stuff I've ordered, the tools and the fret wire and everything, has been ordered from Portugal, and it was, I think it's being shipped out today, so it's still going to be days before it gets here. But removing these frets is going to be difficult. Removing them without absolutely totally chipping the fingerboard is also going to be difficult. If it does chip the fingerboard, it's going to take me another shift to get it all fixed. You know, in hindsight, it might have been an easier and a less expensive job to just replace the neck. We could have just gone for a replacement neck, but then again, you'd no longer got Fender on the headstock, have you? Unless you'd have bought a second-hand Fender. I'm not stuck on these Chinese Fenders. I see a lot of guitars, and I see low end, I see high end, and I see everything in between. But from what I've seen of this, I'm not impressed, to say the least. You know, a neck 5 years old shouldn't be twisted. The frets should not need replacing after 5 years. But anyway, We're not worried about that. What we're worried about is we need to get it fixed, and a neck being the most important part of a guitar, we need to get this neck right. So that's what we're going to try to do. So I'm going to oink these frets out today. I'll come back, give you updates, let you know how it's going or how it went, depending on the level of, well, it depends what happens, whether it's positive, negative or whatever. There will be an update, but let's hope and pray for good news rather than bad. So I'll be back again with an update shortly. Stay tuned. Welcome back. This little part of this video is basically for the benefit of the owner of this Chinese made modern player series Fender Stratocaster. I am going to include this in the main video anyway, but this is really for Paul. And as explained earlier, I had to remove the frets I'd put in, the new frets, because they were just so low in certain areas, because I'd not realised there was a twist in the neck. You know, and so, you know, I've decided to go with higher frets to compensate for that slight twist. And I've removed the frets, and it was not easy. Now, that said, they've not come out brilliant, but it's not as bad. I've seen worse. This end's fine. We don't hardly have any chip in here at this end, but this end we've got chips. There's just chips all over. That is going to take, to repair these chips and sand this fingerboard back down, is going to take another, it's going to take 8-10 hours, I think. So what I've decided to do with this, it might not take that long, because it's cut into, it's taken a lot of time to do this, and I'm now working for nothing. I'm now working for free. So I've decided what I'm going to do with this is, instead of having a big stint on this guitar, because I've got that much to do right now, I'm going to spend my last hour each day, for however long it takes, just filling in these chipped areas, and we'll sand smooth the fingerboard again. And then when it comes to doing the refret, I'll get the refret done over a matter of a couple of days. So Paul, this video is for you. I'm going to send you this little part of the video explaining what I'm going to do. I'm sure you understand. You're a decent bloke, I know that. But there are a lot of, especially at this end, chipped areas I've got to fix there. And you know, so it's going to take quite a lot of time. I'm not going to charge any extra for doing any of this, because I'm now into time. I'm now into my time. I'm now into time on this that, well, I'm not into my time, but I'm just about to come into my own time. So obviously I understand that you want to get this done. I want to get it done. The parts, the fret wire, the tools I need are on their way from Portugal. They should be here by the end of the week. What I can do in the meantime this week, I'm going to spend an hour, it might only take 3 or 4 hours, filling in all these chips and preparing the fingerboard for a new refret. So that's the best I can do right now. Like I say, the frets didn't come out easily, but I knew they wouldn't, because I glued them in that well. They weren't, I wasn't meant to pour them in and pull them out again. These were meant to never be pulled out, you know, for at least 10 years. So obviously in doing that, it's caused more chipping than I would have liked. Now these chipped areas have got to be repaired before I can put any more frets in. Then I'm going to sand the fingerboard again, and I'm going to try and get that little twist out of the neck. There's a couple of ways I could do it. I mean, it's not so pronounced now the strings and now the frets are out. Anyway, no panic. It's just I just need you to understand, and that this is not going to be a rush job. I'm going to take my time on this. It will be got right. The price will not go up. It'll be at the rate we discussed, and I will work on this guitar as and when I can. Keep well, and back soon.